Hey everybody, this is J Doggy, and this is my 3-season review of my Burton Step on boot and binding system. Right off the bat, I think that the biggest misconception with this system is that you have to give up some type of performance in order to get the convenience of a step-on system. That is not the case. If you can do a backflip off of a cliff, you can do a backflip off a cliff with this system. If you can hard charge 100 miles an hour through ice, you can do it with this system. This system will not be your limiting factor. And I think that that's the most important thing that needs to be said in this review. With that said, one of the biggest pros for me is the consistency that you get with this system. Whenever you click in with this system, it's the same feel every time you click in. Unlike normal binding systems where you can have a strap that's too loose or too tight or at the wrong angle or something like that, this is consistent every time you put it in, regardless of how fast you do it. Which takes me to the next point of this is a really fast system. This is faster than your traditional boot and binding system. And before I get all the haters out there that are like, oh, I can put my bindings on while I'm standing up. That's great. A step-on user though does it with less effort and faster still. So if you ride with skiers, it's a great advantage. You can get it on and off while moving, and you don't even need to stop once you do get the hang of it. With that said, it is harder to get off than normal bindings. With normal bindings, you know, you just bend over and hit the straps and knock them up and step out. With these, you actually have to flip up a little lever out the back, and then you got to kind of pop up your rear and then spin out the front of your boot, which is harder to do when you're moving and harder to do when you're on an incline. So if you have to take both of them off at the same time for something to walk, or if you're just on an incline, it is harder to take the binding system off. So far, the durability seems to be really nice. The boots have held up really well. It did have a longer break-in period than a traditional boot, I think because part of the frame of the binding system is in the boot, but once it was broken in, it's just as comfortable as any boot, and the durability seems to be better than most boots. Again, I would probably attribute that to the frame system being a little more rigid, so probably less movement in the different fabrics of the boots, allowing it to last longer. Another critical component of the step-on system is the clicking noise that you get from that. I can tell you, I don't even realize that it's happening. The only time that I notice it is when I'm thinking about it, and it does not affect performance at all. With that said, I love this boot and binding system, and I don't think it's only for people who are older, have limited mobility, or tall, overweight, something like that. I think this is a system for everybody. Again, like I said before, I don't think you're giving up any performance in return for the convenience that you're having, and I would recommend this system to anyone. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to come up with a video every week. With that said, we will be in Lake Tahoe for the next 2 weeks, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks, but once I'm back, I'll see you guys then.